Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sand, you and me. Doesn't matter, it is Christmas in my heart. And I can promise Santa's coming to visit. No, he wouldn't miss this in Christmas times. Oh, and the sunset is just getting better on a blanket with the skyline painted in blue. Ooh, yeah, that's what we do. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sand, you and me. Doesn't matter, it is Christmas in my heart. Wanna fall in, rain is pouring. Wanna Christmas in my heart. Wanna let me. Christmas in my heart. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sand, you and me. Doesn't matter, it is Christmas in my heart. And I can promise Santa's coming to visit. No, he wouldn't miss this in Christmas times. Oh, and the sunset is just getting better on a blanket with the skyline painted in blue. Ooh, yeah, that's what we do. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sand, you and me. Doesn't matter, it is Christmas in my heart. Santa's coming to visit. No, he wouldn't miss this in Christmas times. Oh, and the sun said it's just getting better on a blanket with the skyline painted in blue. Ooh, yeah, that's what we do.
You can tell a lot about a person by the way they handle three things: Arctic cold, canceled flights, and tangled Christmas lights. Oh my goodness, we've all got it going on. We've all got some kind of stressors going on, right? But you need to go with the flow. You need to go with the flow and just let things happen. And one of the best ways to deal with it is with your yoga. And that's what we're going to do today. Hi, I'm Jan. This is 316 Yoga. This is your yoga from home. Thank you for being here. Thank you for allowing me to be with you as we do our yoga today. Our yoga today is a 1 hour long practice. Maybe you can only stick around for 10 minutes. That's okay. Give yourself permission to do that. But if you stick around for the whole hour, it goes by quickly. It really does. And you'll feel better in your body. Every single day, our practices are different. And we are live from start to finish, 1 full hour. So it's pretty real. Today's practice we call our Yoga Plus. Yoga Plus is yoga plus barre plus Pilates plus hand weights. So just shake it up, something different. Every day, come back, check us out, and you'll have fun. We'll have fun together. But whatever you do, don't hurt yourself. Do what's right for your body. Everybody's body is different and every day is different. That's for sure, isn't it? Sometimes this aches or that aches. Take care of yourself. If something is painful, don't do the pose. Back out of it. Take it to a lesser percentage. Just chill. Give yourself permission to let it go. If it's just uncomfortable, breathe through it because you're strong. You can deal with it. Just use your breath to calm yourself and to get through your yoga. It's all good. All right. So the word to think about as you practice today is just that, flow. Go with the flow, continuous movement, just moving along continuously and smoothly and not letting your feathers get ruffled. That's go with the flow. All right, so you're gonna need some props for today's practice. The props I'm gonna use today: 2 hand weights. They can be little weights, they can be big weights, they can be cans from your pantry, they can be water bottles, just a little something for resistance. If you don't have hand weights, ask for them for a gift for this season. An eye shade and a little hand towel. They can slip under your knees in our lunges or for your final shavasana to cover your eyes. That's an important thing to do because it feels so nice. I have a bender ball. It's a therapy ball, a small ball. It's very tiny and you don't inflate it very much. It's a very thin membrane. You don't inflate it much so it can create an unstable surface, and it really does shake things up. It lets you get deep into those core muscles. So that's part of our barre practice. All right, 2 yoga blocks. We always have those handy. Also have some water. You're gonna want to wet your whistle. You might want to have a strap nearby. A lot of folks like to use those for a lot of different things. Today specifically, I don't think I'm gonna use it much, but you can if you want. It's your yoga, do it your way. All right, let's come on up to standing because we're gonna warm up. Now, before you come on up, I want you to think about in your head a stress number on a scale of 1 to 5, 1 to 10, 1 to whatever. What are you feeling? Just lock that number in. It's a stressful time of year. It's a lovely time of year. It's the most wonderful time of year, the most beautiful time of year, but it's also kind of stressful. So, all right, here we go. Let's take the ball. Squeeze the ball between your upper thighs. You don't have a ball, don't worry about it. Oh, that's a cute little mini tree I got going on. All right, so let's put our hands on our hips. Feet are hip width distance apart. If you got the ball there, it'll put your feet hip width distance apart. No ball, that's okay. Feet hip width distance apart. Place your hands on your hips. Squeeze your shoulders back so you're lifting your chest up, and then let your shoulder blades slip on down. So strike that pose of confidence. Take a deep breath in. And a big breath out through your mouth. In through the nose. Sighing breath out through the mouth. Squeeze the shoulders back. Keep them here for a second or two. Breathe. Big breath in. Big breath out. And then when you're ready, come on up onto your toes, up onto the balls of your feet. Lift, lower, keeping your chest, your back, squeeze the shoulders, back, 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 squeezing along the muscles up your back. Breathe. It was hard to say. Deep breath in. Big sighing, breath out, let it go. Wake up your feet, your foundation. You know, you could always have a chair with your practice. You can use that for balance if you like. Re-squeeze those shoulders, re-lift that chest, squeeze those shoulders down. You've got it. Lift and lower. Wake up your foundation. Squeeze that ball. Everything's getting activated. You are waking up your body, letting it know that it's going to have fun in this hour. All right, come on down to your heels. Lift your toes up. Give them some independent wiggles as well. And then plant your feet solidly. Take your hands, lift them up to the sky. Remember this one? Tadasana, extended mountain. Reach through your fingers. Interlace your fingers. Send your palms up to the sky. Time for palm tree. Gently sway from side to side. Breathe. How does it feel? Bend in the elbows might be nice. Just go back and forth. One side, then the other. Wake up your spine with this lateral movement. Come back to center, hands to your low back. Squeeze your elbows back, push your belly forward. Look up to where the ceiling and the wall meet, or maybe look directly up overhead. Exhale. Fold forward. Fold forward, let your arms hang heavy. Look back to your knees. Little bend in your knees might feel good. Squeeze the ball. Decompress. Maybe your hands touch the earth, maybe not. It's okay. Shake your head. Oh, let the blood rush to your head so you can think good thoughts. Finish up, sweep your arms on up. Come on back up to your extended mountain pose. Reach, lengthen. Now put a bend in your knees. Squeeze the ball, and let's do some arm circles. With your arm circles, circle them big to the back of the room. You're getting into the shoulders. If it doesn't feel good, make the shoulders smaller, but just do a little bit of circles. And when you're ready, arms go up, legs straighten, hands come down, knees bend. All right, stick with it. Stay at it. Wake your shoulders up. You'll be glad you did when we do our rather lengthy weight sequence today with our hand weights. Take your arm circles in the other direction. Put that bend deeper into your knees. Breathe. Let's finish. Come on up to standing. Arms are heavy down by your sides. Let's do that big coat swing. Twist from one side to the other. Let your backside, let your hand touch your backside, let your other hand touch your hip. Shoulders are soft. Gaze is gentle over your shoulders. Breathe, breathe, breathe. How cold is it where you are? Oh my goodness. I think it was negative 33 with wind chill today, this morning. Oh my goodness. Finish up. Slowly come back to the midline of your body. Time for ragdoll pose. For your ragdoll pose, bend forward, hinge forward. Let your arms hang heavy. We did this a moment ago. Look back toward the knees or up toward your navel. Big breath in, big breath out. Put a little bend in your knees. Take your hands, bend your elbows, hands to opposite elbow creases. Don't hold your head tight. Your eyes should be back toward your knees or up toward your belly button. Bend in the knees if you like and start to sway from side to side. Loosen up, decompress your low back. Oh, it feels good. Ragdoll pose in and of itself. Do it throughout the day. It feels so nice. After you've been sitting for a long period of time, if your low back feels tight, get up and ragdoll. Finish. Slowly come back to the midline of your body. Give your toes a wiggle. Place your hands onto your mat. Come on down for child's pose. Remove the ball. You can use a block here if you like to bring the ground up to you to rest your chest on. Knees can be together, big toes touching. Hips back to your heels. Rest your forehead or your chest on the block if you like. For classic child's pose, arms are down by your sides, palms face up. Forehead comes to the block or down to the earth. Extended child's pose is an option. Knees spread wide. Maybe the block is still at the top of your mat. Sink your hips back to your heels. Reach your arms to the top of the mat in this pose variation. And maybe, perhaps even put your hands on the blocks. Ooh, getting into the shoulders. Forehead comes down to either your block or the ground. In either pose, think of sending your tailbone to the back of your room. Breathe. Stretch it out. Lengthen through the whole spine. The crown of your head and your tailbone, they're pulling in opposite directions. Nice stretch in the quads, a nice wake-up call for the knees, nice bend in the ankles and lengthening of your spine. If you're in the extended child's pose position with the arms reaching to the top of the mat, then you're getting a nice stretch in your shoulders as well. Big breath in and big breath out. You can close your lips and breathe in and out of your nose only if you like that. That's called Ujjayi Pranayama breath. And what that does is it helps you build heat in your body and it helps you focus on just your breath. Big breath in, big breath out. Child's pose, come back to it anytime you like or stay here longer if you want. I'm going to come out of my child's pose now and I'm going to bring my hands underneath my shoulders. Then I'm going to come into a neutral tabletop position. For that, your knees are underneath your hips, your shoulders are over your wrists, your fingers are spread wide. Lengthen through your spine, the crown of the head and the tailbone again, reaching in opposite directions. Let's take cat-cow. Tuck your chin to your chest, tuck your tailbone under, arch your back up to the sky. This is great for your spine. Inhale, take it to the opposite, cow pose, crown of the head and tailbone lift. I really feel like I'm accentuating my bottom, tucking my tailbone, extending it up to the sky. Feels really good. Get that low back moving. So cat-cow, and do it to your breath. As you exhale, it just feels natural. You're going to draw your belly button towards your navel and you're going to push the earth away, hollowing out your belly, arching your back. For cat. And then cow's just the opposite. You feel like, oh, your belly's sagging down to the earth. That's a great thought, right? Your belly's sagging to the mat. Tailbone up to the sky. Crown of the head up, up, up to the sky as well. Breathe through your cat-cow. Push into the earth with not only your hands, but the tops of your feet as well. Let it feel good. All right, cat pulling its tail. Let's lift the right knee up. Right knee goes up, up, up to about hip height. Maybe this is where you stay. Dial your right hip down a little bit so your hips are equidistant to your mat. Push hard into your hands and then draw your heel towards your bottom. You can stay right here or challenge your balance a little bit. Take the opposite hand, the left hand, reach around and grab your foot. Woo. Kick into your hand. Open up through your left shoulder. Breathe. So you're looking down at your right thumb. Maybe look a little bit to the left side of your mat. Maybe look to the left side of your room or over your left shoulder. Kick hard, breathe. Finish. Come on down. Hand and knee, come down. Oh my goodness, you know it's coming. The other side. Press into your hands and your feet. Lift the left leg up. This is the layers. Take it in layers. Nobody's judging you. Give yourself some mercy and grace. Tuck your heel toward your bottom. Hold it right here. If you want, re-engage your core. Push into the earth. Maybe right hand reaches around and captures your left foot. Kick into the foot. Feel it opening up through the pectoral muscles of the right side. And try to look right. Try to look more right. Try to look more right. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And let's finish. Knee comes down. Hand comes down. Oh, forearm stretch. Bring your hands, fingers towards your knees. Forearms are shining forward. Move your hips. Move them forward and back, left and right. Let it feel awesome in your forearm and your hands and your fingers. Maybe more weight into the fingers. How does that feel? Just let it feel great. Stretch out your fingers. All right, let's finish here. You want to stay longer, don't you? I do. All right, wiggle your fingers, kind of like you're playing the piano. Breathe, shake them out, circle your wrists. You got it going on. We're almost there. Let's do toes pose. Tuck your toes towards your shins. Take your two blocks, bring them by your sides. This is going to bring the ground up to you. Sit back on your heels. Oh my goodness. All right, it's intense, but so good for stretching out the feet, stretching out the foundation. Kind of love it, don't you? I hope you do. If it hurts, don't do it. Hinge forward. Take the weight off the feet. If it feels all right, settle back in. Shoulders, bring them back over your hips. Blocks are here, kind of a little added security. That's your toes pose. Stay here longer if you like. I'm going to take you to an ankle pose, kind of like how we did cat-cow, complementary poses. Let's do the same thing here. Big stretch in the feet. Let's bring the feet now, the tops of the feet onto the mat. Walk it back with your blocks. Let your knees lift, but they stay together. Find your balance here. Press into the tops of your feet and get that nice counter stretch, the ankle stretch. Blocks, you can use them if you want. You could use your hands as like a kickstand back here if you like. Or balancing, hands to prayer center, hold on here. So that's your ankle pose. Let's do it a few times. Let's flow it. You take it to the extent, to the degree that feels right for you today. I'm going to go back to toes pose. Settle in. Settle in. Soften in the shoulders. Maybe shoulders back a little bit more. Big breaths. Toes pose to ankle pose. Tops of the feet on your mat. Lean on back. Use your hands as a kickstand if you'd like. Breathe. It's gonna be one of those days, but that's fun, right? Go with the flow. All right, ankle pose, how you liking it? Life is good, right? Let's do bird dog. Ready? All right, bird dog. Piper, get in your bed. Get in your bed. So for our bird dog pose, I'm gonna use the ball. So here's the deal with the ball. It's that unstable surface. If you wanna try it, go for it. If you don't have it, that's okay. All right, so I'm gonna put the ball under my right knee. You know, you could take your block, move Piper, you could take your block to the top of your mat. I'm gonna put balance on this ball. Boy, that's hard to do because it's an unstable surface. So I'm gonna tuck my right toes toward my shin. That helps a little bit, kind of a kickstand. For your bird dog pose, shoulders are over your wrists. Lift on up that left leg. Left leg extends long. Drive through the heel. Leg is extended long, so it's one straight line from, you know, the back of your head through your heel. Hold it here. Find your balance. It's not easy. Hold on. My left leg is extended, so I'm going to take my right arm. Right arm can reach for that block, and you can hold on to the block. You can use no block at all and reach through your fingers. Fingers spread wide, thumb up to the sky. Really think of lengthening from your heel through your fingertips. Hold it. Breathe. If you like, 1 or 2 times, touch your elbow to your knee and then reach. How would you do that? Bend the left elbow or bend the right elbow. Bend the left knee. Touch them underneath your body and extend. Finish. Hand comes down. Knee comes down. Oh my goodness, that's hard, isn't it? Okay, other side. Don't quit yet. Left the ball under the left knee. Left toes tuck toward the shin. Press into the earth. Right leg lifts, lifts, lifts. Knee to about hip height. Maybe hold it here. Maybe this is where you need to get your balance. Maybe extend the leg longer. I think extending it makes it a little easier. Try it. See. Hold. You got it. Maybe add in the opposite arm. Left arm. Reach it. Long. Reach. Stretch. You got it? Breathe. Hold it here. Maybe elbow to knee once or twice. Under your belly button. Reach. Lengthen. You got it. And then finish. Hand comes down. Knee comes down. Remove the ball. Kind of gets your heart going, doesn't it? It's all good. Okay, grab a drink if you want. And now we're going to do fire hydrant and donkey kicks. We are right on time. How are you feeling? How are you doing? Good, isn't it? Don't you feel better when you move? So true. Move to feel better. It's good for your head. Get your blood pumping. All right, so let's do our usual, no surprises here, fire hydrant and donkey kicks. Okay, here's what you do. Place a ball, a weight, or nothing at all behind your right knee. Back to that neutral tabletop. Start to lift your right knee to the side of the room. Lift and lower. You take it as high as you like. You can be a big dog on a fire hydrant. You can be a little dog. Lift, lower, lift, and lower. Feel it in that hip. Yesterday we did a lot with the hips. in our restorative practice. So we got to move those hips, right? All right, lift it up nice and high and pulse it up. Pulse it up. Draw the toes toward the shin. Little teeny pulses. Up, up, up. Let's finish. Hover the right knee next to the left. I said hover. Don't set it down. Hover it. Check in with your hips, equal distant to the mat. When you're ready, lift the leg back for your donkey kick. Lift the leg up so the thigh is parallel to the earth. Re-engage your hands. Press into the earth. Right hip dials down. Kick yourself in the bottom. Little teeny pulses of the block or of the ball into your bottom. Little teeny pulses, little teeny pulses. You've got it. Interesting. Where do you feel it the most? Ooh, in those left glutes. Wake them up. It's all good. Big, strong muscles back there. You want them strong. You want them strong so you can walk well. Re-engage. Come on, push into the earth. You want to be able to walk. You want to be able to balance. You want to be able to move. All right, stop kicking yourself in the bottom. Now lift the entire foot. Up, up, up to the sky. Little pulses up, up, up. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Oh, don't you love a bar practice? Breathe. A bar practice without the bar. All right, breathe. You could be doing this in a standing position at a bar, at a B-A-R-R-E, at a bar. So for your bar, you would be holding on to the bar with your flat back, pulsing up, stepping away from the bar. Sometimes we do this using a chair like a bar. All right, how are you doing? Let's finish. Hover the right knee next to the left. Push into the earth. You got it. Right knee comes down. Block or ball. Why do I want to call this a block? Bring the ball to the other side. Squeeze it behind your other knee, the left knee. Neutral tabletop. Lift the left knee up. Hips equal distant. Press equally into your hands. Start to lift the leg to the left side of your room. Left leg is lifting and lowering however high you like. Keep at it. I'm not going to count. I don't count. You just do what you can, right? Just keep on keeping on. Do the best you can and make the best of it. Don't give up. Take little breaks if you need to, but don't quit. Lift it on up, nice and high. Pulse the side of the left leg up, up, up to the sky. Oh, breathe. You got it. Stay strong. Breathe. Pulse. Pulse. And breathe. Breathe. And pulse. And pulse. And pulse. Let's finish. Hover the left knee next to the right. Don't set it down. This is your break. Whew, breathe. Left leg lifts. Knee at hip height. Little kicks to your bottom. Heel goes in. Kick, kick, kick. Kick, kick, kick. Swift kick to your bottom. Breathe. The ball makes it more fun. If you don't have a ball, get one. They're not very expensive. They come in a teeny little bag, deflated with a little pump, and you pump it up. But when you pump it up, don't pump it up a lot. You want to be able to squish it so you can do bird dog. So you can squeeze it like we're doing in our donkey kick and fire hydrant. Squeeze the heel towards your bottom and now pulse the foot up, up, up to the sky. You are strengthening your low back. That's where most of us, when we get back trouble, it starts in the low back. Keep your back strong. Wouldn't you rather be doing this than having to deal with back trouble? You're preventing it. Let your yoga be preventative medicine, right? Breathe, breathe, breathe. Hold it up nice and high. Squeeze the ball nice and tight. And then finish. Oh, left knee meets left. Hover it here for just a second. Then plant the left knee next to the right. Take your ball away from the knee. Take it to the top of your mat. Spread your knees as wide as you want. It's going to feel good in your hips. Wide-legged child's pose. Sink your bottom back to your heels. Knees spread wide. Maybe hands go on the ball and you sink on down to your mat. Stretch it out. Breathe. Guess what we're going to do next? Our favorite 1-minute pose. Let's do it. Come on out of your child's pose or stay longer if you want. Okay, we do planks usually most days of the week. We shoot for 1 minute. You do it as long as you want. I'm gonna set a timer, come into the variation of plank that you wanna do. You could do it on your knees, high plank, all those. Last week we did 12 variations. Pick one. The one I'm gonna pick involves the ball and my forearms. So what I'm gonna do is place the ball underneath the tops of my feet. I'm going to bend my elbows and come down so my shoulders are over my elbows. You always want your shoulders over your elbows for strength. Forearms like the number 11, hands spread wide. You can stay on your knees. When you're ready, get into your variation of plank, and let's start the timer now. Here we go. 1 minute. All right, so whichever variation you're in, oh my goodness, this is harder than I thought. Hold here. We are all ready, thank goodness. 10 seconds in. Take the breaks that you need when you need them. Push into your hands, push into your arms, push away the earth. You've got it. We are only 20 seconds in. You got it. Take breaks when you need them. Stay lifted, stay strong. If you're on the ball, creates an unstable surface. Lengthen through the crown of your head. Hold here, push the earth away. We are more than halfway there. 20 seconds to go. Breathe, come on now. Break if you need to, but get back if you need to. Hold it, stay strong. No quitting here. We're strong. We got 10 seconds to go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Whew. How was that? Oh my goodness. Don't ever think that a forearm plank is easier than a high plank. That was tough. And with the ball under your feet, that unstable surface, you're always kind of wiggling to keep it there. It's hard. But you are harder. You are stronger. You got it. All right, come on with your block and the ball. Have a seat. If you'd like, bend your knees and place the outside razor edge of your foot onto the block. Let your knees fall toward the mat. You don't have to use the block, it's up to you. I'm gonna take the ball, slip it behind my low back, and lean on back. Now, if you don't have a ball, you're gonna wanna get one. If you don't have a ball, come all the way down to reclined. All right, knees open wide, arms parallel to each other. Start to reach toward the center of your legs as you reach like you're handing someone a gift. Little pulses on the ball. Now, if you're fully reclined, just do little pulses up, up, up. An option would be to bring your fingertips to your temples and squeeze your elbows back and lift and lower. You decide what you want to do. I've got parallel arms, reaching, like when we do our seated forward fold and we reach forward. Now I'm gonna take it to the right knee and surround my right knee with my two arms. Breathe. I've got a twist going on here. Reaching. Keeping the knees open wide and then back to center. Reach. To the left. Reach. How are you doing? It's fun, isn't it? Breathe. Take it back to center. Reach. Let's finish. Now, if you got the ball, you can come to reclined over that ball. I don't know how that feels for you. See if you like it. Breathe. Send your legs off of the block. Maybe remove the ball if you're not so fond of it. Come all the way down to your back. Take a brief pentacle pose. Big capital letter X. Stretch it out. Breathe. Let's do bicycle crunches, shall we? All right, bend your knees. The soles of your feet can stay on your mat. Bend your elbows, fingers lightly at your temples. Peel your shoulders on up, left elbow toward the right knee, and pulse. Little twist, little pulse. Come back to center and pulse the chest. Up to the sky. Right elbow toward the left knee and pulse. Little twist, pulse. If you like, come back to center, lift the knees, shins parallel to the earth, left elbow toward the right knee, and pulse here. Maybe draw the right knee closer to the left elbow and send the left leg long and straight, and breathe. Back to center, knees meet, parallel shins, pulse. pulse, pulse, strong core. You got it. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Right leg extends, left knee draws closer, right elbow toward the left knee. Pulse, pulse, pulse to the left. Pulse, 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 pulse. Knees meet, shins parallel, pulse the chest. Up, up to the sky. Release the arms, reach, reach. Up to the sky, reach, 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 reach. Finish, come on down, shoulders down, hands behind your thighs. Hold on here. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. If you like, if it's okay with you, rock on your spine. Rock on up to a boat pose. In your boat pose, maybe you want to hold on to a strap. It's up to you. Lean on back. Maybe one leg extends, maybe the other, maybe both. Maybe arms release and hold. Lean back, shoulders back, lift through the chest. Sides of your mouth, curve them up, put a smile on your face. You'll feel better, you really will. Fake it till you make it, right? Smile, breathe, hold, finish. Knees bend, hug them in with your forearms. Hug them in, lift up onto the toes, forehead to the shins. Find your balance here. You can balance, you're strong, your core is strong, breathe. Let's make our core even stronger. Plant your feet, legs go long. Another Pilates move. Come on back, all the way down. Oh my goodness, I'm feeling it in my abs. How about you? Oh, I regret eating all those Christmas cookies. All right, legs are long. Pilates 100. Don't count, just enjoy. Yeah, enjoy. Arms down by your sides. Wiggle your shoulders. Get them away from your ears. Palms start to pat the earth. Pat, pat, pat. Lift through the legs if you like. Lift the heels up just a little bit. Soften in your glutes. Peel your shoulders up. Maybe look at your feet and pat, pat, pat. You got it. Maybe look up to the sky. Shoulders are lifted or not, you decide. Heels are lifted or not, you decide there too. Maybe lift them a little higher. Breathe, 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 breathe. You got it. Keep patting. Come on, you can do it. Joseph Pilates, interesting guy. Gotta love what he did for us today, right? Breathe, breathe, breathe. Shoulders away from the ears. You got it. Come on. I think we've done more than 100. Come on down. Stretch it out in your number one stick pose. Reach your fingers long, toes long too. Stretch it out, feel it in the hip flexors, the front of your hips. In fact, let's make it feel even better. Press on up. Find your 2 blocks. Come to standing on your knees. Time for a lunge. You know our lunges. We do these a lot. Shoulders over knees, right foot forward, knee over ankle. Blocks, bring the earth up to you. Send the left leg long. Maybe slip the towel under your left knee if that feels good. Oh my goodness, big stretch. In the left hip, maybe stay right here. Maybe press on up, shoulders over hips. Maybe arms go high and you take a back bend. This time, bring the hands forward. Reach forward, reach, reach, reach like you're handing someone a gift. Better to give than receive. Keep going. Sweep the arms up, 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 up. Baby back bend. Arms go back up to the sky and then reach. Reach, reach, reach. Forward. Reach. Reach farther. Arms go back up to the sky. Little baby back bend. Hold the back bend here. Stretch. Reach. You got it. Bring the arms down by your sides. Bring your hands to your blocks. Bring the right knee to meet the left. Left foot comes forward. Same thing on this side. Left knee over left ankle. Press into your blocks. Right leg goes long. Breathe. Maybe stay right here. Maybe stay right here. You're glistening, right? Glistening, shimmering. It's all good. Press on up to your fingertips, maybe. Reach the arms on up. Little back bend. Arms reach, mega forward. Reach, reach. Let the knee come forward of the ankle. It's okay. Reach up to the sky. Reach back to the back of the room. Reach up to the sky. Reach forward. Reach forward. You could be walking with your blocks. If you like that, that's a really good stretch too. You decide what works for you. I kind of like it with the blocks. Maybe you reach forward. Maybe try it with the blocks and see what you think. Breathe. All right, let's come back. Shoulders over hips. That is your lunge. Let's grab our weights and come on up to standing. So I'm gonna have my knees meet on the mat. Find my two, what do you call these things? Weights. Come on up to standing. All right, so now that we're standing with our weights, bring them to your shoulders. Lift up to the sky, palms face in. Adjust your stance so you're comfortable. Breathe. You could lift one weight, then the other. Breathe. Breathe. Stay strong. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's so cold here in Colorado, like I said. So I'm wearing long sleeves, but right about now, I wish I weren't. All right, lift, lower, lift, maybe opposite arms. You got it, you got it. All right, weights to your shoulders, weights by your side, arms hang heavy, breathe. Lift the arms, tee them out, and then bring them down by your waist. Tee them out, bring them on down. As you tee them out, and you're lifting them up to about shoulder height, think of really having resistance against the tops of your hands. As you lift, and then bring them down with control. Don't just give in and let gravity win. Take them down with control. You got it. Chest is lifted, gaze is forward. Let's lift them up here and pulse the arms, the hands down. Little teeny pulses. Flip your hands, palms are up. Little teeny pulses up, 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 up. Let's bring our extended arms, let the weights meet overhead, and then bring them back to tee them out. Bring them up, meet overhead, bring them to tee them out. Up overhead, tee them out. This time when you come up overhead, come up onto your balls of your feet, and then down, up, and then down, up, and down, up, and down. Bring the weights all the way down by your side. Let your shoulders feel good. Roll your shoulders a little bit. Shrug them up, shrug them back. Bring them all the way back. Arms all the way down. Take a big breath in. And a big breath out. With your hands, lift your arms on up overhead. One weight or two weights in your hands or no weight at all. I like to interlace my fingers a little bit, hug my biceps into my ears, then bend the elbows and work the triceps. Bending the elbows and straightening the arms. Bend and straighten, work those triceps. Breathe, you got it. Breathe. Oh my goodness, you're strong. Maybe you're using no weights. The bend is pretty intense in and of itself. Maybe you're using one weight. Maybe you're using two. Maybe you've switched to heavier or lighter weights. Make it work for you. Bring the weights down by your sides. Put a bend in your knees. Hinge the weight more forward into the balls of your feet if you like that. Chest is forward, shoulders are back and down. The weights, the edge of the weight, pulse it to the back wall. Open up through your chest, strengthening through the chest, through your back. You're strong. Pulse the weights back. Stay on your toes if you like, or come down to your heels on your entire foot if that feels better. Bend in the knees. Breathe. Keep your gaze forward. Lift the weights way to the back wall. Now pulse them in toward your low back. Breathe, breathe. You got it. Don't give up. Don't give up. Breathe, breathe. Take breaks, but don't give up. Now let's finish. Feet come down to a natural position. Arms are down by your sides. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. When you're ready, send your arms parallel to each other. Palms face up like you're serving a tray. Breathe. Little pulses up. Those pulses do you in, don't they? Breathe. Little movements, but they're a challenge. All right, flip your hands so they're palms face down and pulse the hands down, down, down. Arms are at shoulder height, pulsing down, strong. You got it. All right, weights down by your sides. Let's do some cross-body things here. Bend your knees a little bit. With the right arm, act like you're punching to the left. Bring it back to about shoulder height. Then the other arm, punches, and back. Back and forth, cross-body movements as quickly or as slowly as you like. Knees bent, feels really good, makes you balance even more. You could straighten the legs if that is more accessible to you. Cross body, you got it. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And when you're ready, let's finish here. Arms down by your sides. Don't ditch the weights quite yet. Spread your legs wide, unless you want to, then ditch the weights. All right, so Pasarita Padahastasana. So short sides of your foot, pinky edge side is toward the short sides of your mat. Lift your arms up, big capital letter X here. So like your pentacle, but standing. All right, so 5-pointed star. Breathe. When you're ready, remember that cross body stuff? Put a bend in your knees, right elbow, left knee, explode back into that star. Left elbow, right knee, explode back into your star. Alternate, taking opposite elbow toward opposite knee and exploding with the weights. If you want to get rid of the weights, ditch them. Nobody's watching, but you know what you can do. All right, let's finish and take it to horse. Arms down by your sides, then bring the weights to your chest. Hold it right here, put a bend in your knees. Legs are spread wide, bend in the knees, drive the knees to the back of the room. Little teeny pulses here. Flat-footed, little teeny pulses. Breathe. Maybe bring the weights to your thighs. Breathe, breathe. Come up onto the toes, hold it here, and then pulse. Down, down, down. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Alternate heel touchdowns. Breathe, breathe, breathe. You got it. Embrace the quiver in the shake. So come up high on the toes, sit low in your bottom, shoulders back over your hips. Breathe. When you're ready, legs straighten, arms go high, 5-pointed star. Wiggle your hips, tee out your arms, palms face down, little pulses. Breathe. Pasarita Padahastasana, hinge forward. Try to create a flat back. Arms are straight. Create a flat back. Once your back is flat, bring your hands, your weights behind your calves. Look between your legs. Look up toward your navel. Crown of the head relaxes. Shake it. Finish up. Back goes flat. Crown of the head to the front of the room. Arms tee out. Hold them here. They're strong. Rise on up. 5-pointed star. Wiggle and shake your hips. You got it. When you're ready, weights. Bring them back to center. Feet back to meet the midline. Hinge forward. Oh, this feels nice, doesn't it? Weights hanging here. Breathe. Place your weights down. Look back towards your knees. Grab your calves. Breathe. Sweep your arms up. Extended mountain pose. Extended mountain becomes one-legged mountain. Right leg lifts, knee at hip height. Reach through your fingers and hold. Find balance. Find focus. Find strength. You got it. Right foot steps forward nice and big. Parallel arms, reach to the front of your room. Little to no weight in your back left toes. Little bend in your right forward foundational knee. Arms reach, leg lifts. Breathe, capital letter T. Hands to hips, left foot meets right. Right foot steps back, left foot steps back. Arms reach high. One-legged mountain on this side. Left leg lifts, arms lift, breathe. Hold on, lengthen up through your hips, lengthen up through the crown of your head and your fingers. You've got it, hold on. When you're ready, big step forward with the left foot. Find your balance in the left foot. Right foot lifts, parallel arms reach, maybe little to no touching of those back right toes. Little bend in the left knee. Arms reach forward. Leg lifts high. Stretch, reach, finish. Hands to hips. Right foot meets left. Nice job. Forward fold. But your weights should be close by. Find them. Bend your knees and come on down. Come on down and rest on your right side, your right hip. Right arm bends. Elbow under shoulder. Weights to the outside of your left thigh. Let's do clamshells. Now you can do it with no weights, or with the weights, or with one weight. So you're gonna lift, open and close your legs like a clamshell. Knees or ankles are glued shut, knees open and close. Maybe the ankles lift and you open and close your knees here. Breathe, and remember, you can ditch the weights, do one weight or both weights, you decide. Breathe. Get back into those hips, right? And when you're ready, let's finish. Legs come down, switch sides to the other hip. You're on your left side now. Left forearm is parallel to the top of your mat, elbow underneath the shoulder, bend in the knees. Clamshells, do them. You got it. Stand here, stand here. Lie here and enjoy it. Add in a weight, take away a weight. Add in 2 weights, take away both weights. Your call. And when you're ready, if you'd like, lift the ankles. Keep them glued together and open and close the legs. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Because this is 6 pounds that I'm doing. So think of gaining 6 pounds or think of losing 6 pounds. 6 pounds makes a difference, doesn't it? Whew. Breathe, breathe, breathe. I think it's about equal time on that side. Let's bring the ankles down. Let's come to a seated position. Seated forward fold. Have your blocks close by. Seated forward fold. Toes up toward the sky. Arms reach high to the sky. Reach. Exhale, reach forward. Parallel arms reach to the front. Feels nice in your low back, doesn't it? Reach for what you can capture. Toes up to the sky. Reach for what you can hold. Thighs, shins, ankles, toes. You decide. Reach. I'm going to drape my wrists over the tops of my toes. Let my palms of my hands touch the soles of my feet. I'm going to push my feet into my hands, and my hands are going to be strong and resist my feet, kind of like doing a dead bug. All right, press the feet into the hands and the hands into the feet. Breathe. You're looking forward. When you're ready, start to look down towards your shins or your knees. Breathe. Finish up, shoulders over your hips. Take your legs and spread them wide. Bring the blocks in between your 2 legs. Stretch forward, fold forward. The blocks, maybe you rest your hands on them. I don't know what height you like. Enjoy whatever your height you have. And then when you're ready, maybe hinge more forward. Maybe bring the head to a block or 2 or none. You decide the height that's right for you. And then finish. It's quick. Let's come into a deer pose. Got to, right? Reindeer, deer, stand, all of that stuff. All right, so bring your hands kind of like a kickstand behind you, fingers pointing towards your toes. Knees are bent. Bring your feet to the edges of your mat and let your knees fall to one side, then the other. Your deer pose. Sometimes we do a seated deer. Sometimes we do this reclined. Sometimes we're doing it seated like we are now. So here's your little deer pose. Breathe, breathe. Breathe. All right, let's find the ball and come onto your belly. Come onto your belly with the ball between your ankles. So crocodile lift. All right, so here's the deal. Bend your elbows. Hands, one lays on top of the other. You got the ball between your ankles, maybe or not. It's totally fine. Rest your head onto your folded hands. Lift the leg up with the ball or no ball at all. Just lift and lower. If you have the ball between your ankles, give it a good squeeze, especially when you're up. Bring it on down, lift and squeeze. So strengthen the low back. No ball at all, that's fine. Just try to lift the legs, bending in the knees, lift, and just feel the strength in your low back. Soften in your shoulders, breathe. Lift the ball up and pulse it in. Maybe knees come up as well and pulse the ball in. Let's finish. Legs go long, press into your hands, off of the ball, press on up, seal pose, soften in your glutes so they go to the sides of your mat. Come on up to a standing on your knees position. Just a gentle little camel. Hands to your low back, elbows squeeze towards your spine. Send your belly forward, send your gaze up to where the ceiling and the wall meet, and then send your gaze up directly overhead. Think of your chest lifting up to the sky. Squeeze your shoulders together, you've got it. Finish up, shoulders over your hips. Come on down to seated and don't let the ball go far. You're seated, so bring the eye shade and the eye towel and the towel up near your shoulders. All right, so we did a camel light. Let's do a bridge pose. Okay, so for your bridge pose, come on down to your back. And with the ball, place it between your thighs. Lift on up to a bridge pose. Maybe work your heels up a little closer to your bottom. Heels are up towards your bottom. Hips are lifted. Arms down by your sides. If you got the ball, give it a good squeeze. Little pulses. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Sometimes we do this also with a band wrapped around our thighs. We'll do that one day next week. So right now, you're working the adductor muscles inside your thighs. Also, relieving some pressure on your back. Feels pretty good. When we add the strap to the outside, then we start to push out, pushing against that resistance. We're working the adductors and abductors. We're working them. So breathe, breathe. Add, in, abductors, out, out, out. All right, keep it lifted. Breathe here, hold on, arms down by your sides. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Give it a good tight squeeze, lift your hips even higher. No sagging bridges here. Roll your spine down, one vertebra at a time. With your legs, let's send our bridge back up to the sky. Send your right leg up to the sky, toes pointed today, and press the hips up to the sky as you pulse that right foot up to the sky. Lift up nice and high, hold the foot here, do a little circle with your toes in one direction, a little circle with the toes in the other direction. Come to stillness in the right leg. Draw the toes toward the shin. Now pulse your heel up, up, up. Finish. Bend the right leg. Both feet are on your mat. Hips are nice and high. Lift your left leg high. Pulse the toes up, up, up to the sky. Breathe. Little circles. Toes are pointing. Draw a little circle in one direction. Draw a little circle in the other direction. Pulse, pulse, the still foot, high, up, really ground into that right foot. Draw the right toes towards your shin, pulse your heel up to the sky. Let's finish. Left foot meets right. Send your hips high, hands, arms are down long by your side, interlace your fingers, pinkies are pressed into your mat, wiggle your shoulders closer together. Breathe, lift your hips even higher. Arms down by your sides, roll your hips down. One vertebra, roll your spine down one vertebra at a time. You got it. All right, left leg long on your mat. Right knee bends. Hug the right knee in, good and tight. Draw the right toes toward your shin. Draw the left toes toward your shin as well. Left leg is long. Left heel is driving toward the bottom of your mat. Hug the right knee in. Supine twist. Left hand guides the right knee across the body. Look to the right. Keeping the right shoulder down. Come back. Hip comes down, hug the right knee in, good and tight, your arms are strong. Let's switch it out. Right leg goes long, right heel drives to the bottom of your mat. Left knee bends, hug it in. Using your towel or your interlaced fingers under the left knee, hug it in, squeeze it in, shoulders are down. Right leg is long, draw the left toes toward the left shin. Supine twist, right hand guides the left knee across the midline of the body, roll onto your right hip. Hand encourages the knee, as much encouragement as it needs and wants. Left arm tees out, look to the left. Nice big twist. Ooh, we did a good twist in our restorative practice the other day. Nice long twist on the bolster. Breathe. We'll bring your left hip down. Hug your left knee in, squeeze it in good and tightly. Let both legs go long onto your mat. Draw your left knee towards your left armpit and hug your hand underneath that left knee. Do the same thing on the right side. Rock a little bit from side to side. Feels marvelous on your low back, especially if you draw little circles with your knees on the ceiling. Do them in both directions. Then there's always Happy Baby, Ananda Balasana. Great pose, but if you want to keep just rocking here, keep at it. I'm going to take my hands, bring them to my inner calves. Then I'm going to take my hands, bring them to my inner heels. Descend one leg up to the sky, then the other. Bend one leg and extend the other. Happy baby pose and Anda Balasana. Remember that seated wide-legged forward fold? Send your heels up to the sky. Legs are in like the letter V. Maybe the pinky toes work toward the edges of your mat. Breathe, open up your legs nice and wide, and then finish. Inner ankles come to meet. Knees meet also. Bend your knees. Send your legs long onto your mat. Aren't you glad you got your eye shade near your shoulders? Cover your eyes with the shade or with the towel. Legs go long on your mat, arms down by your sides. Come on, stand. Get into your final shavasana. Tammy, I know Max is right there with you. Lynn, Gracie's beside you. Karen, Elizabeth, Sherry, Roger, Kelly, Tim, Margarita, Tim, Nancy, Yvette. I'm glad you guys are here. Time to rest. Take your deep breaths in. Deep breaths out. Shoulders are soft. Arms are heavy. Legs are heavy too. Soften the area between your eyebrows. And take these few moments of stillness. Take a deep breath in and a deep, slow breath out. Stay longer if you would like. It's your choice. I'm going to finish the hour and start to wiggle my fingers and my toes. Circle my wrists and my ankles. That feels nice. I'm going to take a big inhale and reach high overhead and stretch like it's the first stretch of the morning before you even get out of bed. And then bend the knees. Exhale, bend the elbows, roll into a fetal position using the low arms bicep as a pillow for your head. Soften in the top shoulder and savor this moment. Savor this deep breath. Stay here if you'd like. I'm going to slowly press on up, but I'm going to keep my eyes closed, and I'm going to come into a seated deer pose. So that's both knees going in one direction. Shoulders over the hips, hands to prayer center. Eyes are closed, shoulders over the hips, lengthening up through the crown of the head. And as I exhale, I'm going to soften my shoulders and just kind of root into the mat. When you're ready, blink your eyes open. You did it. 1 hour, it goes by fast, doesn't it? And you deserve the time. You deserve the time. And you're doing great things for your body. And if you don't have your health and your wealth and your peace of mind, what do you got? So stick with your yoga. I'm glad that you're here. Stress number you took in the beginning. What is it now? I'm sure it's a lot lower. And of course, Piper's not coming to say goodbye, but that's okay. All right. May love and light fill your home and your hearts this weekend at Christmas. See you on your mats tomorrow if you want, but definitely back at it on Monday, right? All right. Have a great holiday, everyone. Much love from us to you. Merry Christmas. Bye. Hi. How are you? You're a good girl in your little Santa sweater. How about that? What do you think? I don't think so, huh? Bye. You're a good girl. You're a dear for still being here. It's a busy time of year. I know that. We've all got things we got to do. But stick with your yoga. It's the best thing you can be doing for yourself, for your body, for your mind, and for your heart. So tell your friends how this yoga has been affecting you this year. How good it is, right? Tell them about it. It's free for anybody and everybody. We're here every day for them, here every day for you. They can join us anytime they want from the privacy of their own home, and you know all that stuff. You also know that you can visit our website. It's www.316yoga.com if you'd like to support our broadcast. Thanks for being here. Enjoy the season, and I'll see you on your mats tomorrow.